what is the Dragon Mondays? We're going to talk about that briefly. And we're going to direct you. We've got the links in the description below so that you can click right on their links, head right over to their channels, and then save those links so that you can return every single Monday. And I recommend that you put an alert on your phone rather than relying on YouTube or Twitter or whatever it might be to bring your attention to the fact that these good people, these good advocates for white well-being content creators are going live, because anti-whites simply won't send it. You'll get it once in a while, and therefore you will conclude that it must be working, but it isn't working. I mean, we have over here almost 100% of the time new people show up, and then we see them again like several months later, and they say, never got another live, followed you, never got another alert, never notified a single time, pure chance, aleatory that I'm here today, and disgusted with that. That's how the anti-whites work. So we're going to talk about that. It's been a great day. It's been an interesting day, busy day, as they are. Been a bit slammed the last few months, as fit and healthy at any age. Miss y'all, brothers. We miss you too, good brother. The Fournol saying sound is good, and Tree Godfather as well chiming in. Thank you so much for that. Bobby is with us. Yeah, an interesting day. I was approached by a homeless woman and today, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? She didn't really look, like maybe your typical homeless. She wasn't, half bad looking or in decent shape. Almost, so maybe she's, who knows? Maybe she just fell upon hard times. But she was a homeless woman. She was a bag lady, no doubt. And she came up and she like approached me. I was like, what the hell? And she said, she's like, hey, I'll give you a bottle of wine to see your junk. And I was like, my what? My what? She's like, your junk. She's looking down at my genitals. I was like, crazy Washington, D.C. activity. Anyhow, we got some things that we're going to go ahead and get into. And we will start off with Odyssey. You'll see the scroll along the bottom of the screen there. And that is informing you of what Dragon Mondays is. And what Dragon Mondays is. We're very serious around here. And Dragon Mondays is a very serious thing as well. And so you should know that on Mondays, 6 p.m. So right now, it would be happening. It is Yiz the Unifier's Discordant Dragons. And I'm going to show you just a little bit of that as we take a look at what exactly is Discordant Dragons, where we begin Dragon Mondays. Okay. So let's do this. I'll move this around on the other screen, one of different monitor, and let's have a look. So beginning on 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Discordant Dragons, and this is the overview, and it has a dragon theme to it. It's followed up at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time p.m. by the great Fournol, Dragon Synth Adventures. Again, a dragon theme. And you'll find out now what these things are about. So what you would normally be seeing on a Monday is this.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Discordant Dragons. I have lovely guests for you tonight. I have some interesting topics that I've chosen. Most of it not very high-profile stuff in the news, so hopefully it'll be interesting for you to hear about.
That is Yiz the Unifier herself, and that's how Dragon Mondays begins. Totally awesome. What is a Discordant Dragons? And we say here Mondays are finally based because Mondays are for the dragons. Discordant Dragons begins at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a game show-esque stream where Yiz plays host and ambassador to the Council of Worms, dragons to you, from D&D lore, who have taken an intellectual interest in our clown world. An entertaining panel irreverently discusses news, memes, and more in response to the dragons' questions. So there is no need to know anything about Dungeons and Dragons or to have interest in playing Dungeons and Dragons to be a part of Dragon Mondays or Discordant Dragons specifically. And we'll jump through so you can see exactly what the screen kind of looks like here as we take a look a little further in, if it will let us look a little further into the program. We'll just give it a little refresh and see if it does the trick. The audio, though, might have to keep the audio off. Is it not going to let me forward it? Okay. Here's like how it begins. You have the guests on the panel. The dragons are essentially just a vehicle for the questions that the panel can irreverently considers about what's going on in our clown world. And in this case, you see a black dragon is the one who is asking this question first. The different panelists get to choose which dragons, which questions, and therefore which dragons are asking the question. The dragons don't actually talk. Yiz speaks for them and reads their questions to her panel and in the audience while this is playing out over the span of the show. We participate, we make our remarks as well. Sometimes the panelists speak to our remarks. Sometimes the panelists fight with each other in a good-spirited way. Sometimes Yiz will even put our comments up on the screen over the course of the conversation. So you can see some of the types of titles that have been there from most recent. Here is a red dragon that is getting its opportunity to ask the question. Again, a vehicle for posing the questions to the panel. And the panel, she always puts together a marvelous panel, very bright people with a diverse set, a varied set of opinions and perspectives, multi-perspectival. And so you'll probably find your perspective there in someone's attitude and views that they share over the course of these Discordant Dragon shows. She deserves a big salutes to Yiz the Unifier next time you see her. At the end of Discordant Dragons, they have a treasure chest that they open, and there's a host of memes, comical and sometimes little videos that they share, but funny memes that she shares, takes out of the treasure chest, and everybody has a big laugh. And it's a great way to end Discordant Dragons and then to segue right on over to the great Four Knolls channel at around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Dragon Synth Adventures. And what is Dragon Synth Adventures, you ask? Well, we'll get right to that. The great Four Null has a show that he's been putting on. He's revisited this show, I think, a few times over the years. And he assembles a collection of magnificent pieces of artwork that cycle along with some digital imagery and some digital animation as well. And he plays the totality of the time during the program music. And it can vary in the different types of music that he plays. But obviously, there's going to be a lot of synth, of course, Dragon Synth adventures. And he will sometimes from behind the curtain, sometimes from before the curtain, he will hold aloft for the audience, and it's heavy in engagement. He is speaking the entire time to the audience, and we talk about varied subjects. It is news. It is also just living things that we have to deal with. Healthy diet, what kind of things we should stay away from in the world, what's going on with medicine, how about gardening, how about things like bird watching, all kinds of different things, drag cars, funny cars, dirt biking, anything you can imagine almost, including conversation about playing board games and video games, and all the while with absolutely exquisite imagery scrolling on the screen with a background of music to carry you along. It is a perfect get together, especially if you have things to do and you can be active doing those things. You can be listening to Fornall. Sometimes he even sings and plays live music on those streams. Again, Dragon Synth Adventures. So you can be working, you could be eating, you could be doing whatever at the same time, and then you can jump in and out of the conversation, giving your 2 cents on whatever it is that's being discussed. So let's take a look at the beginning, what you see at the beginning of Dragon Synth Adventures, and will be, according to Fornall yesterday, will be live at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I'm going to be there in the audience, and I hope to find you there as well.
All right. Enough of that crap. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Dragon Synth Adventures. This is Fornall. And I have 2 hours of wonderful music and beautiful artwork for you. And the great chat. And we talk about whatever pops up as we go along. That's about all I have to say. So let's just listen to some music and
all right, so what is Dragon Synth Adventures? 8:15 p.m. Roughly Eastern Standard Time for North and Dragon Synth Adventures, which is audience focused, chat and live DJ'd music and epic visuals. Fornall often sits in the corner of the screen, engaged in the live chat's conversation, and he occasionally breaks out a guitar and entertains with live music. Ask for their URLs in the live chat, and you shall receive. You will also see their URLs directly in the description below, or you need only click there. If you ever forget where is Fornall's channel, it's not coming up. Where is Yiz the Unifier's channel? It's not coming up. You can always go to this channel and type in Dragon Mondays, and that will bring probably just the word dragon in the search bar on this channel will bring up this stream, as well as another one that I've done alerting everyone to the existence of Dragon Mondays, which now has taken back the moribund, morbid Mondays from the universe and has now empowered it. And we use it to our benefit, helping us in our work to white well-being, for white well-being. We'll jump to another part here, and so you can just have a little quick look and see anywhere along the way. It's beautiful imagery and interesting music.
Evil Author said there's a Mexican food joint near me called La Esperanza.
You see, everything gets discussed over on Dragons and Adventures. It's an amazing place. It's full of a lot of fun, a lot of laughter. Like I said, some really interesting art that you see, fantastic music. You don't want to miss it. And you'll be able to see so much of this, so much more as well. Different kinds of art along the way. And you're going to have a hell of a good time. So I'm going to be looking for you all over there. Dragons and Adventures, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will see and enjoy the community and fellowship that we have over there. Now,